No, we're not. We're not. We're not
playing, guys. We're not playing.
We're not.
We're not playing.
No, nobody play. Nobody play.
No one play.
Hey y'all, it's Nate. Welcome back to my little corner of YouTube. This video will contain spoilers for Squid Game The Challenge Season 2, Episodes 3 and 4. So if you haven't seen them yet and you do not want spoilers, save this video and come back after you do. You are about to hear my thoughts on these episodes, but of course I want to hear yours, so feel free to drop your thoughts below if you do want to participate in the conversation, and give this video a like and a hype before you go. So in Episode 2, we left off with Mark, aka Player 100, getting ready to catch the ball. And I wanted so bad for Mark to make this catch. Y'all don't even understand. I was rooting for this man. Alas, he does not make it. I wanted it for him so bad. I hope he does eventually get that Star Wars wedding. I want that for him. He just seems like such a wholesome guy. I thought he was gonna win this thing the way that they were showing him. You know, this whole idea of, oh, 16 balls are surely gonna fall before they get to the back of the line. I gotta say, up until this point in the game, it had failed miserably because 16 balls, in fact, did not drop. They didn't start dropping until we were way at the back of these lines. So if anybody had that as strategy, sorry to you, because it backfired. There were still double-digit balls left. I think it was like 13, 12 or 13 or something, and we were all the way to the back of the lines. Then we get to Viper. Looking at the distance between 152 and 294, I had already in my mind decided ain't no way either one of them is making this shot. He's not gonna make the throw, and Viper's not gonna make this catch. But Viper is tall as hell. He gotta be like, what, 6'3"? I don't know, I'm super short, but he gotta be like 6'3", right? He literally barely even moves. He just reaches his arms up and grabs the ball. Is that what it feels like to be tall? Cannot relate. So he reaches his arm up half an inch and he catches the ball. And so there we go, Viper's in. Now, for some reason, 390 is being a dick. I don't know how else to say it. He decides to go on this whole thing. Viper, you not gonna throw the ball to me when it's your turn to throw. I'm just not gonna catch it. I'm gonna turn around and fold my arms.
We're both going out. I'm protecting my team. I suggest another team. We're going out for 4 million. That looks silly. I won't even look. That's how serious I am. I'm not turning around. It doesn't matter.
So cowardly. Play the game.
I don't care
Play
what
the
you
game.
say.
Now, when you think about what's on the line, and need I remind you and player 390 that is $4.6 million on the line. I know that's not a lot of money in today's terms, but that's life-changing money for literally 99% of people. To go the route of, I'm gonna stand up for my team and just not catch it. Here's the thing. In his mind, that's earning him brownie points with his team, but had he made it through the game, it would have made him a red flag to everybody else. Because, yeah, you might look loyal to those group of people, but you also look like someone who's willing to sabotage the integrity of this game. You came here to play. Like Viper said, get your ass in this game and play. Because before it played out the way that it did, I was already thinking, look, this can only go one of two ways. He's going to throw the ball, and 390 is either going to catch it or not. If he doesn't catch it, they're both out. And either way, that would have been a defining moment for the game. Or Viper could have not thrown it to him and kind of believed him and not thrown it to him, and that would have been another defining moment in a different kind of way. And then, of course, 390 would have earned loyalty from his team because he protected them. But like I said, at the risk of sabotaging the other players' trust in him. Because if somebody did that, I wouldn't trust them anymore. Because he earns the title of being someone who's basically a sore loser. Like I said, I love strategy. I love the competitive nature of this game. But pulling a stunt like, I'm just not gonna do it, I'm glad he's out of this game. He needed to go. He was a loose cannon, and he was gonna jeopardize other people's place in this game for the sake of both of them getting out. Not even for the sake of saving himself, for just like both of them getting out. And after all of that, after putting on that big show, when he drops the ball, which the jury is still out on if he dropped it on purpose or if he actually tried to catch it, after that and he gets out, he's a dick about leaving.
Don't smile. Shut up. I was trying to help my team. Y'all helped y'all's team. Shut up.
He didn't even try.
I'm sure everybody was happy to see him go. And if he hadn't have gone, they probably would have taken the first opportunity to get rid of him anyway. Now, my boy Viper, on the other hand, very sad to see him go. I hope that they, in some capacity, some kind of way, put him back in the game, coach. I was sad to see him go. He was a very likable person for all of 30 seconds that I saw him on screen. Now, as if that game was not vicious enough, the next morning in the dormitory, they play a game in there. And it's this Russian doll game. And basically, every time you open it, you know how a Russian doll is. Every time you open it, it's a smaller doll, a smaller doll, a smaller doll. Every time someone opened it, there would be something different written on the doll, and that would either be, it would be some type of surprise. A disadvantage in the next game, advantage in the next game, nothing at all, like it's gonna be something. And each time, you had to hand it off to a different person. And during this game, player 415 decides to start working on his social game, and I loved every minute of it.
You're Aquarius.
Wait, I'm an Aquarius too.
Are you?
Wait, so your birthday is coming up?
Actually today, but you don't have to make a big deal about it or anything. Why don't we, how about, no.
It's Eric's birthday,
Got birthday!
today.
1, 2, 3.
Happy birthday.
The problem is it's not my birthday.
My girlfriend back home, we found out that she's expecting a month ago.
This baby doesn't exist.
Plus, we learned a little bit more about 415, and he has a very interesting life story.
I was conceived by a sperm donor, anonymously. Now there's 150 of us.
How many people can say that? Well, apparently hundreds of people can say it from this one guy, but you know, not that many people. Making people think that it's your birthday, and on top of that, making them think you have a baby on the way, is a way to get them emotionally on your side. Even if it's subconsciously, they might not be consciously thinking, I'm gonna be on his side because he has a baby on the way, but you did plant that seed. And I did still see him there at the end of Mingle. So he's gonna have the chance to kind of redeem that emotional pull that he had on people. Granted, he makes it out of the marble game, but we'll get into that a little bit later, because we know that half of the people are going home. Now, of course, once 415 starts playing the game and people pick up on it, people are going to assume that the game is always being played, because once that door is opened, it's the Wild Wild West. In comes player 075, and she started off as a pessimistic player, but now she is pessimistic Patty. She thinks everybody's playing the game. During the Russian doll game, one of the players gets a treat, and the treat that they end up bringing out for him is basically a sheet cake. And he starts sharing the sheet cake, and 075 is like,
It's like giving it to everybody is like making sure like you're on everybody's good side too.
This is some sneaky work. 410 giving out cake, it's a little too nice. Is it gameplay? Is it to get everyone to think that you're nice?
Y'all better back up, y'all fake.
I'm very cautious of player 75. I can feel people's energy, and player 75 puts out negative energy.
like, damn girl, maybe he shared the cake because he couldn't eat an entire sheet cake by himself and he can't refrigerate it. I think she's been a little too paranoid. Yes, there's a world where he's using that to get brownie points, but is he really gonna hog a cake that he's not gonna finish? Nobody's gonna eat that entire cake by themselves, so why not share it? And then it also benefited him that he got a cake because they brought him the cake after 415 said it was his birthday. So in a way, it kind of looked like, oh, they brought this out as a treat for everyone because it's 415's birthday. So if it was a strategic move for him to share it, it ended up working in his favor because it looked like he was just sharing birthday cake. So it all worked out. But because 075 was suspicious, it kind of made her move a little funny and it made him nervous. So when it was his turn to hand off the doll, he immediately gave it to her. Bold move, but a bad move in my opinion. Because he flat out gives her the doll, and what does she get in her doll, the last doll? She gets these 10 coins. And the 10 coins can be used in this vending machine. And once you rack up 10, you have the power to eliminate someone. Now she has the power to eliminate him strictly based off of retaliation for him taking a risk with her place in this game and giving her the doll. He's lucky that she didn't retaliate because she very well could have. But she did make a strategic move in that moment. She decided to get someone who wasn't too popular, who was kind of off to themselves, kind of a loner, so nobody would really miss them. But the reason I say it was a bad move for him to give that to her strictly because she was moving funny is because he didn't even try to make it look like he had thought long and hard about it. He just walked over to her, handed it to her, and was like, yep, here you go. He didn't try to finesse it at all. And so it was clear why he did it. It's because she was annoying him, which if that is the reason, you got to make it look like that's not the reason. And he's lucky that she got out in Mingle, because I guarantee she was coming back to get him for handing her that doll. Whether or not the outcome was good, he still took a risk handing it to her, and I think she was going to retaliate for sure. She just chose not to do it in that moment. Now, I do agree that she needed to go. I think her name was Natalie. She made the mistake that a lot of people who go on Survivor make, and it's playing too strong of a strategic game and not enough of a social game. She came in there me.
These people need to understand that this game is not for friendships. We're playing for ourselves. But honestly, I'm here for it because I want that money. There's certain plays that I've done that I'm not proud of, but I'm not gonna be fake to anybody. I told everybody straight up, if it's me versus you, I'm gonna choose me, and I hope you choose you.
You need at least 2 things to make it through this game: social strategy and game strategy. She was pretty good at one, but terrible at the other. And so her recklessness and unwillingness to play the social side of the game was gonna get her out regardless. Now, player 98, I just have one question. Are you a good witch or a bad witch? Because he's he's thinking the way that I think, and I don't really know if I like thinking the way that he thinks. You picking up what I'm putting down. 98 is the last person to get the Russian doll. And on his doll is written that he gets to go into this room. And when he gets to this room, they tell him, you have a decision to make. You're gonna be up for elimination. You have to put someone else to go against you to be up for elimination. Everyone's gonna vote, and whoever gets the majority is going home. He chooses one of the twins. Very strategic move. Probably what I would have done. And outside of it being a good idea because he was one of the twins and one of the twins needed to go, it was a good idea because no one liked player 98. And had he put anyone else up there, it wouldn't have been a game of who deserves to go more. It would have been a popularity contest. And 98 was not going to win a popularity contest. So he had to put someone up there who was equally as unlikable, if not more, because the person next to him had double the shot of winning. It was a strategic move, and it was the only move that he could have made to stay in the game. Because at this point, 98's being kind of standoffish. He's being a little arrogant. He's being loud. He was sleeping through half of the Russian doll game. You know what I mean? So people wasn't really liking him all too much. So if he would have put himself next to anybody else, pretty much, they would have been like, we just don't like you, 98. 98 would have left. But because he put himself next to a twin and one of the twins had to go, it was easy. And now the daughter is like, oh shit, people are starting to pay attention to the people who came grouped up. Now we are a target.
The twin going home makes us more of a target.
And she's absolutely right to think that, because now people are looking at the pairs and saying, yeah, we do need to get rid of these pairs. Little did she know that's not even gonna come into play because one of them about to go home anyway. Now we about to get into what happened in Mingle, but if any of these pairs were thinking strategically, I'm just saying, they would have swapped. Either the brother or the sister should have swapped with the daughter and the dad. Two of them are going home regardless, right? But why send home your pair? If they would have swapped, they had a better chance at one of the pairs, both of them getting to stay. Of course, there's a chance that both of you could go home, but you really do have to evaluate your risk here. And that's what it is at the end of the day. This entire game is just evaluating risk, taking chances, and knowing when to do it and when not. The way that they're going to play marbles, one person from each pair is going home. No one said that you had to stay with the person you were paired up with during the game of Mingle in that final round. They could have swapped. It would have been a strategic move. They didn't. They gonna play each other. So one of y'all partners is going home and y'all gonna be here by yourself. Good for everybody else in the game, but not so hot for them. This game does not have very many solid rules other than play the game, right? So you have to be thinking of loopholes to get around stuff. And that would have been a loophole to try to keep both of your partners in the game. Now, before Mingle starts, player 021 gets tipped off just by chance. He happens to be the one to get the spoon wrapped in this note that says, hey, the next game is Mingle and the first number is going to be 6. I don't think he fully used that to his advantage, but maybe he did a little bit, like he told people so people knew. If you watch the Squid Game series, you know that when they played this game, shit got intense. People was knocking each other over, killing each other. They was getting shot left and right. It was insane. So I was very excited to watch this because I knew it was about to get a little ruthless, and it did deliver.
10, 11, sorry about you. Sorry about you, Viking. Get your hands off me, boy.
That is so mean.
What's mean?
You're calling him the Viking?
Okay.
One more.
Run, Damien, run, Damien, run, run.
Wait. One more.
For those of you who didn't watch, this is how the game of Mingle works.
When the game starts, the platform will begin to rotate, and you will hear a number. You must form groups of that size and enter a room with your group, and close the door. Any player not in a room when the time runs out will be eliminated. Any player inside a room containing an incorrect number of players will also be eliminated.
In the chaos during one of the rounds, they end up accidentally kicking out somebody in the room because they had one too many. They accidentally end up kicking out the guy who was good with numbers. And he was basically telling them, look, based on the amount of people left, the only options that they have for the number to be called next is this or this. They kicked him out. He gets eliminated. Y'all gotta keep y'all core group strong. If y'all know that he is the number guy, he need to be the first one through the door because he's beneficial to you. He's gonna be able to tell you, look, next up we're gonna need 4 or we gonna need 10. I don't know, I'm not good at numbers, but that's gonna be what the situation is next round. If he's able to tell you that, that is a huge advantage because most people are not gonna be able to think that quickly and do division and math and multiplication and addition. Most people aren't going to be able to do that quickly. And I felt so bad for him because he kept saying his family was going to be disappointed.
My whole family was counting on me because I told them I know I have what it takes to win.
To that I say, I don't see your family on this game playing. They have no idea what it's like until they're there, so how could they be mad at you? Now, during that Russian doll game, one player gets a disadvantage. He's actually the first player to open up the doll. He gets a disadvantage. Sucks for him because everybody else got something good or neutral. Right before Mingle starts, we find out what the disadvantage is. And they tell him, you need to pick one other person to be on this disadvantage with you. And they handcuff him. And who does he choose? None other than the other twin, the last twin left. I think one of the biggest moves made in Mingle was the decision to get those two people out, because that's a 2-for-1. You kick them out, then that's guaranteed 2 people who gonna be stuck outside. And the way that they did it was organized chaos, basically. They kept flip-flopping rooms. Oh, one needs to go over here. Oh, we need one more over here. They kept doing that until the 2 handcuffed people were like, wait a minute, didn't we just have a room full of the amount of people we needed? Now we here with under the amount of people we need. That was tough to watch because of the fact that those people who flip-flopped and left them had told them that they would stick with them. But then they were like, no, they holding us back. And they just used it as an opportunity to get 2 people out the game.
Come here, come on. Kareem. Three.
One more.
Oh no.
Three. Come back.
What happened?
Why'd they leave?
Why did that happen, bro?
How did that happen?
This is devastating. If we just stuck to the plan, we would have been fine.
It was good for them. It was great gameplay, but you know, the 2 handcuffed people with the disadvantage did feel blindsided, and rightfully so. Both of the twins are gone. The other people I was rooting for, so now I gotta figure out who I'm rooting for, because player 100 and the twins, I was definitely going for them. So I gotta reevaluate my situation now. I also have to say I enjoyed watching Natalie, that's player 75. I enjoyed watching her play this game. Like I said, I didn't really like her as a person. I felt like she kind of came off a little abrasive in this game, but she was reckless, and watching someone play a reckless game is kind of fun for a little bit. She was really trying to get in where she fit in this entire time, running through doors last minute, all kind of stuff. And it worked for her for most of the game until people started catching on to the fact that that's what she was doing.
No, Natalie, you're not part of the group. Natalie, you're not part of the group. She was not part of the group.
So yeah, while I think she was playing recklessly, I'm gonna miss watching her play recklessly. Now, in a crazy turn of events, the players decide that they don't want to play no more. They hold a coup, and they basically hold hands, kumbaya, we will overcome, and say we're not playing no more. Now, somebody does the math. A few people do the math, and they basically figure out, look, there's 42 of us. The last number that was called was 2. We all would have made it in the room, but for some reason, they still decide to stand there and kumbaya. Big mistake. Because in comes the man in black, the head honcho. He's like, oh, y'all decided y'all don't want to play no more? Hey, we're not gonna force you to play, but y'all going home one way or another. And what does he bring out? Probably the most infamous Squid Game ever, marbles. And we get left off on them about to play a game of marbles. And half of the people are about to go home. Y'all probably should have just ran y'all asses into one of these rooms. Because it was an even number, I wonder if that would have been the last round, but we'll never know. They probably should have held that coup a little earlier in the game. But I love watching it go down. I was like, oh shit, what they gonna do? They had something planned. They were prepared for if they decided not to play. Now at this point, they'd probably be way too scared to hold another coup like that. But I wonder if they did, would they just make them play marbles again? Like what would be, I'm sure they have a contingency plan for all of this kind of stuff. But it's really interesting to see, and I can't wait to see this next game. We know for sure either the daughter or the dad is going home. We know for sure either the brother or the sister is going home, and one person from each other group is going home as well. I, for one, am really looking forward to seeing how the rest of this game plays out. Let me know your thoughts, what you think is going to happen. I will be here next week, obviously, to discuss the next batch of episodes. And until then, I'll see you later. Bye! I cried my eyes while I cooked this a bit, Taylor. Tell me for real, do you think it's forever? It's never forever. Nothing's forever. That was pessimistic. I mean, it's true, though. Technically, it's true. Nothing is forever. Only as hot as your last hit, baby. I guess she's not that hot. People didn't like this last one. I did, clearly. I liked it. You were dancing through the lightning strikes. Sleepless as something. But now the sky is opaline. Whoa, oh, my love. Never met no one like you before. Sing it, y'all. Fucking Taylor, man. She make a catchy ass song. I don't care what nobody says. She can't do shit else. She know how to make a catchy ass song. My rabbit is currently eating, so if you hear a little crunch, that's what that is. But you might not, because he's kind of over there, so. He could have decided to eat it or not eat it. I'm looking at my rabbit eating, so I just insert the clip of him saying how it's not his birthday.
This is not a test.